Guys, welcome to Built Different. Today we're working legs. I'm going to show you 2 exercises to help you out, especially with you guys with knee problems. I wish I did these exercises when I was younger. Maybe I wouldn't have the same issues I have with my knees. I will also tell you guys that the knees are the first thing to go, probably because of the way we used to work out in the past. But also, it's the most important body part, our legs. It's one of the most important, crucial body parts to make sure we work out on a regular basis. And I was even looking on my channel, and I don't have enough for you guys with regard to legs. So I'm gonna show you these 2 exercises, and do them at home, do them in your garage. All you need is dumbbells to do these exercises, and a bench, and maybe some type of stability device to help you if you haven't done them before. The first one we're going to do is called Bulgarian split squats, okay? I've done these before. I'm going to grab my little pole, whatever you want to call it, because I think you guys need to recognize that this is an exercise that puts at least 70 to 80% of the weight on your one leg as you're doing this exercise. And if you're not doing it correctly, you could have an issue with stability. And the other part about it is that it takes time, mind-muscle connection, to get that balance, because you're not only working your quad, you're not only working your front area of your leg, you're working your stabilizers, your hips a little bit, your glutes, your hamstrings. That's why I love this exercise. So again, 12 to 14 reps of this particular exercise, 4 to 6 sets, and let me show you how we're gonna do this, all right? I'm gonna put my left leg up here on a bench. Now, some of you guys, again, there's no rules. We're all built different. Depending upon how you feel, what your range of motion is, the bottom line to it is, I want you to get your left leg elevated somehow, in which we're focusing on the right leg initially. Right leg goes out a little bit. I don't like to have my knees go really too far past when I bend down. And what I'm gonna kind of do is lead with my ass as I go down to the ground. And I use this rod, this bar, to help guide me in the beginning. And I'm gonna do at least 12 of these down and ups. Here we go. All right, I did a little bit more. And what you saw when I did that, as I was going down, I don't go past about parallel. I go down to about here and I come back up. I do that purposely. Sometimes I see guys on the hack squats and on the leg press go all the way down, and really it pains me to see that with regard to their knees. I used to do it when I was younger as well. The bottom line to it is that if we can maintain that contraction at this part, that's what we want to do, because we're not looking to develop legs to become bodybuilders. We're not looking to do things that maybe our younger youth would have done. We don't want to do those things. We're focused on longevity. So when we do these different exercises with the mind-muscle connection and the approach that we want to take, we're going to do it in a way that makes sense in relation to our exercise and our mindset. We're focused on the exercise itself and the connection. So now we go back to the other side, right? We're gonna get ourselves up, just switch off. And again, we're going down and up in a comfortable position, focusing on bringing our butt down and getting to about, I don't even know if I'm parallel, just to a point where I'm feeling comfortable with that contraction, and back up. And we're gonna do another 12. Here we go. So in this instance, what's happening, right? I'm going down to almost parallel. I'm working my core, I'm working my stabilizers, I'm working my hip, I'm working my quads for sure. Based on my body weight, maybe a little less than my body weight doing it, 70, 80% of my weight is focused on the extended leg as I'm doing this exercise. And I'm stimulating it, guys. Eventually, what's gonna happen as you progress with this exercise is you will be able to use a dumbbell. You don't have to start heavy. And you got, it's like walking before we run, right? So then you'll eventually get a dumbbell, and with regard to how you're going to place yourself. Your dumbbell is going to be in the hand that you had the barbell, the rod, and you're going to do the same thing. Down and up, down and up. Eventually you'll be able to get 2. Down and up, down and up. It's going to take time, but you're going to learn that connection and you're going to feel that pump. And what I tend to do when I do these exercises is I try and feel the pads of my foot down and up to stabilize for the balance. And that allows me to go back and forth, up and down, focusing on the connection and the pump and the contraction. And I feel it in my glute, I feel it in my hamstring, I feel it strong in my quads. This is a great exercise, guys. There'll be a link in my bio for this, but this exercise itself, you need to do at least 4 to 6 sets of this. Do this exercise 12 to 16 reps, and you're gonna get a great overall pump in your legs. Great exercise to do. I mean, look at it already, just what I did. And I don't really have big legs, but this is just something that I gotta say, it's just incredible what happens, because you literally end up pumping your whole leg with this Bulgarian split squat. Second exercise we do a format of, kind of a form of RDLs, Romanian deadlifts, but I do it with dumbbells. And this is really important with regard to this exercise. What I like to focus on with this exercise is sometimes I'll put my feet in pigeon-toed. So I don't know if I can get up here and you guys can even see it. I put my feet in a little bit, like this when I do it. And that sometimes just gives me a different stimulus as it relates to my stretch. The other thing sometimes I'll do is I'll put little 5-pound plates or 10-pound plates underneath my heels. So I'm elevated even a little higher as I go down. And then what I do is I lead with my ass again. So here, think of it along these lines. I'm going down, but I'm leading with my butt as I go down, and I'm not locking out here. I'm going down, just letting the weight stretch me kind of, and I'm about probably mid to my shin, and then I come up again and kind of press on my balls of my feet by my toes, the pads of my feet, to press down as I come up, and I feel it in my hamstrings and my glutes as I do this exercise. Again, 4 to 6 sets of this exercise. These are like RDLs, Romanian deadlifts, but they're with dumbbells, and you get a nice little stretch. You're bent a little bit in somewhat of an athletic type position. I have my toes in a little bit in this instance. You can put some, a little bit of a ledge or something under your heels if you want to give you a nice little bit stretch. And you go up and down. Again, focusing on, this is the part that is really important for you guys. When you do this exercise, you really need to focus on bringing your butt back as you go down. So you're essentially keeping the dumbbell, or if you use a barbell, sometimes I'll use a Smith rack too, because that keeps you in a certain position. You just have to be careful with the Smith rack, because sometimes they're this way, sometimes they're that way. So if it's straight, it's an easier one to work with. But what you're doing is you're keeping yourself parallel, the weight parallel with the body as you go down, and you're kind of just hinging, using your hips as a hinge as you go down and then up, same thing. And you'll feel right in your hamstring area, it'll contract all back here if you're doing it correctly with that connection as you come back up to this position. So I'm going to do it one more time for you guys so you can see it. I'll do it really slow so you can understand what I'm talking about. And it's going to take some time for you to really connect the mind and the muscle with this exercise. It doesn't require heavy weight. It really takes time and a smart approach to do this exercise, because the hamstrings are a sensitive area, and as we get older especially, and if you guys aren't stretching, this can cause some issues as well. You have to be really careful when you do these particular exercises. So I'm gonna go down again. I'm gonna pigeon to put myself in a little bit. I'm gonna go down here slowly, and then right about to my shins, mid-shin level, and then back up like this. And down and up. Down and up. Down, up, down, up, down, and up. So this exercise, again, I'll do at least minimum 12. Sometimes I'll do 16 to 18 reps of this exercise, 4 to 6 sets. And you're gonna feel great. You can be in and out of the gym 20, 25 minutes with these 2 exercises. You're gonna get a nice pump, and guess what? Your knees are safe, guys. What did I promise you in the beginning of the video? I told you, these 2 exercises are safe for our knees. We don't have to put the barbell on our back and do squats. We don't have to do the leg presses. That's another subject for another time. For purposes of what you guys may have available to you in your home gyms, this is a great exercise to do. If the gym is crowded, a commercial gym, and you want to get some leg work in, this is something that you guys can do. Again, it's a totally different approach to the legs, right? We're not going heavy. We're really isolating, right? The Bulgarian right here, we're really isolating. And then we're the Romanian, again, isolating the legs. Give it a try. I'll have the information for you in my bio. Our school community has different exercises and programs for you guys. Again, I'm humbled. Like, subscribe. I got so much more coming. Again, remember, guys, we're built different. Need to focus on our legs as well as our upper body for overall longevity and health. Take care. See you soon.